Today we're going to answer some questions from our mailbag, and one of them is how to train your hedgehog to use the litter pan. First off, can they be litter trained? Some of them, yes, but if I were to ask this guy if he was going to use a litter train, he really wouldn't give me a straight up answer. So what I suggest is trying it. One of the biggest tips is to start out using a litter pan when you first bring your new baby home. This is his first introduction to litter. All of our babies are group housed, and so it's hard to tell which ones are going where, because in a family group they're all going different places. So the first thing to do is introduce your hedgehog to the litter. He's going to dig and play and investigate, and that's completely normal. He may even taste the litter, but again, that's completely normal too. And he's trying to escape, so he's not being super cooperative. You can see I have two different litter pan sizes. This one is nice for a smaller cage in the corner. This one is my favorite because obviously it gives them more room, but also you can put the wheel in the litter pan. So a couple litter pan training tips. Number one, keep it simple. Keep your cage as simple as possible so your hedgehog can focus on eating, drinking, and going potty where it should. A new hedgehog baby in a new cage is going to be overwhelmed with stimulus, so we want it to focus on what it should be doing. Some hedgehogs will just naturally use the litter pan, and if you got one of those, you're in luck, but not all of them will. So if your hedgehog misses the litter pan, take the droppings, put it in the pan, and put the hedgehog in the pan, and hopefully he will get the hint that that's where he's supposed to go. Your hedgehog may nibble on the bedding. It's not ideal, but it's very normal, and what I like about this litter is the small size, so that if they do ingest it, it's just plain bentonite clay. It should pass right through them. Some of the larger litters could be more dangerous. The second tip to litter pan training is having a substrate in your cage that's very different than the litter. So for example, if you are using pine shavings in the bottom of the cage and then you put a fluffy Carefresh bedding in the litter pan, that's not a huge difference. One of the reasons people like to use fleece with a litter pan is that the fleece liners are significantly different than the litter, and so it's a little bit easier for the hedgehogs to catch on where they're supposed to go if you're putting the litter in the litter pan. You can see he found his way out, no problem, and I'm sure if I put him back in, he's going to figure his way out quicker this time. But like I said, this is his first introduction. This is the potty litter that we like. So tip number one, keep your cage set up simple. Tip number two, make sure your bedding and substrate are very different from each other. And tip number three is if your hedgehog has a favorite spot to potty, maybe a favorite corner or something like that, put the litter pan in that spot, or you might even need a second litter pan to put in the spot. So with those tips, I hope you have good luck litter pan training your hedgehog.